Howdy. Almost mid-December I'm in Idaho. It's been a while since I checked in. I keep saying this. I'm going to try to start being consistent about some of these videos. But basically, I'm going to post them up when I think it's important. Come 2026, I will be more consistent about it because there's a lot of more people wanting to know more information. I tell them to go back through the 5, 6, 7 years I've been posting just to educate yourselves. I've done that with a purpose. So there's a compendium, an encyclopedia of things coming up on every subject imaginable. And I continue to post 4 to 5 to 6 articles a day on all the social media sites. I have 20 of them. So there you go. But I am checking in because are you enjoying the show? It's a show with serious consequences, but we are going through changes. Things I say all the time. Find your grounding, find your peace, be the anchor in the storm, whatever that takes to be there. Don't get caught, dragged down in the muck. Don't let your emotions rule you. Try to see the bigger picture. Apply logic, reason, critical thinking skills. Do your own research no matter what side you're on. Okay? Then make your decision. Then you won't just keep be on what I call the outrage train. Every morning being outraged, because that's what they want you to do. They're trying to get you because when you're in fear, when you're in panic, when you're outraged, all those lower vibrations, emotions, you're more easily manipulated. So everything I've talked about from the woo-woo side of things, meditation, finding your ground finding your anchor in the storm, to all the things on many levels, politically, financially, everything around the world is all coming together now. These are all tools people like myself have been trying to give you for years now, so you can navigate these waters. So if you're more calm and collected, no matter what side you're on, you're seeing all this craziness go on every single day, you're not going to get caught here, caught there in fear and be more easily manipulated. It's proven that you are when that thing happens, when those things happen. So stay in a higher vibration, higher emotions. And there's many good ways to do that. So that said, I want to talk about something that I just briefly here. That's everything on so many levels is being revealed. Things like people like me have talked about for years. Again, coming into 2026, you're going to see things that you've never seen before. You've least expected it. That's why people like me are here for that. But right now, I want to go back to a hill. Wendy, good friends of mine and things we decided to die on. It was a hill we decided to die on when I really started doing a lot of this seriously, and that was the COVID. That was the pandemic, the plandemic, whatever you wanted to call it. Myself, I'll speak for myself, from the very beginning, before it even hit the United States, I was already questioning it because we were looking at the data coming out of Italy. Anyway, I've talked about this ad nauseum for years. You can go back and look at my videos. I've fought this battle since day one, saying masks didn't work, the vaccines, do the research, there's no long-term data on it. We've tried to warn everyone that would listen to us. We've been deplatformed. I have called names, lost family and friends, the whole 9 yards in the battle. Now some of them are starting to come back again. I'll never say I told you so. I'm here to help at whatever level there is. I've always been there. That's why I don't engage. I never argue. I never really debate with people. I'm here to share what I have. Take it or leave it. If you do, and if you call me names 5 years ago, and you want to come back, I'll welcome you with open arms. It's that simple. But we were right. All the COVID people, myself included, were right, and it's all coming out now. I'm going to read a headline. Came out last week. Stanford medicine study shows why mRNA-based COVID-19 vaccines can cause myocarditis. Plus, a big peer-reviewed thing came out saying, well, some children did die. We've known about it. This is huge. This is not just some. This means that all that time they were pumping that information out there on the news, they're all culpable too. The news, the government, these are the safest vaccines. They're safe and effective, safe and effective, safe and effective. They're neither of that. And it's all coming out now. There will be accountability, crimes against humanity, Fauci's and all these, as I've said before, will stand trial. Will be arrested. But before we get to that point, we have now all this data coming out. The FDA just came out and said they're going to issue black box warnings on the COVID mRNA vaccines. That basically means it's dead in the water. It means you're still available if you want them, but the doctor's got to do informed consent. They got to deal with all sorts of legal precedent because they open themselves and their hospitals or whoever they're working for legal things. It's going to go further and further, but this basically is the turning point. And some of you may say, well, the FDA is run by Trump and all his things. Well, you think whatever you want, because the data is out there if you just take some time to research it and listen to what people like myself have been trying to say for years. We've been trying to save people, trying to show the light to them. Now, there's a lot of people I'm getting who are starting to panic, who are seeing the light, and they're going, what can we do? What can we do? There are things now you could do. The first year or so, there were a lot of us, kind of up in arms a little bit because we didn't know it was so brand new. We didn't know the protocols to counterbalance some certain things, but there's effective methods out there now to control primarily what are the spike proteins that are in the mRNA vaccine that are causing the issues most of the issues in humans, from the kids all the way up, from myocarditis to you know what I'm saying, to the turbo cancers, to strokes, to all sorts of things. There's protocols out there, and I'll be talking more and more about that. But I wanted to touch bases to see that this is all unfolding now. This last week or two, these studies, Stanford, Harvard, have all come out. These are the gold standard, even though many of us in my shoes have laughed at those institutions for years, the way they treated diabetes and things that we've been treating naturally for years with a 99% success rate. But that doesn't matter. The gold standard for most of the normies out there, the mainstream, is Harvard and these Stanford studies, which means there's no turning back from this now. They've admitted it, though they've downplayed it, and the news is still downplaying it. It's been admitted, it's out there. We'll never go back now. It's dead in the water. These vaccines are dead in the water, as is COVID, as in the pandemic. Now people are going to start to ask questions. More and more people are going to dive in. More and more people are going to see the scam that was perpetrated upon the people. We're in for a wild ride. It's out there now. Everything that myself and people like me have talked about for years. So take into account, this is one level. And there's more levels of things coming out that I will talk to further down the road, but I wanted to touch bases with you on that. Hope you're having a good December. It's 50-something degrees in Idaho now. I've never seen it this warm in Idaho in December, but I haven't been in Idaho my whole life either, so it's definitely weird. Everything is weird. Hang in there. Find your grounding, do the research, please try to see the bigger picture, because what I just talked about is one of the hundreds of things that are coming out that are going to take people completely off kilter. So that's why it's important to find your grounding, be an observer, do the research. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.